Hello and welcome to Southern California Seminary. As a new student, I'd like you to learn information on where to find what you're going to need to be successful. You will hopefully attend a new student orientation soon, but just in case, I'm going to let you see our website and how to access forms and courses, Blackboard, information like that. So to start off, once you're accepted into the program, you should receive an email in your personal email giving you access to Blackboard and your SCS email. It will be an ID and password that's sent to you with instructions on how to choose your new password and how to activate your SCS email and Blackboard. So follow those instructions. Here's our website, www.socalsem.edu. If you're on the website, up at the top is a student dashboard. Click on Students. Much of what you'll need is all located in this dashboard. To start, you have your email. Here you'd be able to put your username and password. Again, you should receive an email to your personal email first, giving your username and password. When you put it in and change your password, make sure to keep track of that. Your password is the same for both your email and your Blackboard. Your username is usually your first initial and last name, and you put in your password, and there's where you would access your email. Also, you have access to Blackboard. If you click on Blackboard, same username and password to access your courses. If you're not enrolled in courses yet, you'll need to talk with your student advisor and figure out which courses you're supposed to enroll in. And once you enroll in your courses, you'll come here, log into Blackboard, and you'll see your courses. Of course, I have many courses here, but I'll show you what it looks like. If you go into your course, choose one here. Okay. There might be an announcement on session 1. You'd be able to click on it, and each professor might have it look a little different, but you'd be able to find what you're supposed to have completed in week 1. And sometimes there's what's called a pre-session assignment that's due before the class starts. So you usually have access to your full syllabus and your course assignments 2 weeks before the course starts so that you can go in and review what's required. There's your syllabus, and complete that first week assignment before the class even starts. So be prepared for that. Log on early to Blackboard to see what course you have and if there's a pre-session assignment due. And this is if you have access to Blackboard. Okay? I'm going to show you inside the course what a discussion board looks like. Week 1 discussion. A lot of times in Blackboard, there's something here called click to launch. So if something does not come up when it's supposed to, if you click to launch, then it will come up. It's not a different font or color, so it's hard to see, so you have to look for it. Okay. Let me show you what this looks like here. Okay, so this is an example of a discussion board post. It would have instructions here. When you click on it, you could respond to somebody else's by clicking on that topic, and down below it will have a reply, and you'd be able to put in your answer. Also, you could click Create Thread and give your discussion post, your initial discussion post, a title, and put the information that the professor has asked of you about your discussion post, what is required for that week, and click Submit. And then other students will be able to respond to your discussion post. So a lot of these assignments will be very clear, but the discussion post sometimes is confusing the first time around. So you'd be able to go through your assignments, and I'll give you an example of turning in an assignment, what that might look like. Go toward the end here. Usually you would complete your assignment in a Microsoft Word document, save it to your computer, and then you'd be able to click here, View and Complete. And this won't let me on a faculty login, but you'll be able to click View and Complete and would have something for you to upload your assignment. So your Microsoft Word doc that you have saved can be uploaded and you can turn it in that way. On Blackboard, you'd have access to see your grades. You'd be able to email anyone in the class. So it could be emailing the students, the instructor, or choosing who you want to email. This is in each Blackboard course as well. So this just gives you a little feel for what your Blackboard course will look like when you go into it. I'm going to go back to the website to show you some more here. So we just accessed Blackboard right now, and we went to see how we would access our email. Change password here. Help desk if you have any problems with IT. I'd like to show you something very important here. Even before you're enrolled in the class, you can access the schedule and the syllabi for courses ahead of time. Sometimes as much as 4 months ahead of time. You'd be able to access a one-page syllabus. What the one-page syllabus would give you is the textbooks if you wanted to order them ahead of time. So the College at SCS is our undergrad programs, Graduate Bible and Theology, Graduate Behavioral Science, and the Korean Studies. Currently, the Korean Behavioral Science is located in the Behavioral Science tab. If you go here, you can see that Counseling Theory 1 is occurring and started September 2nd, and it's occurring in Module 1. You have the list of courses, and if you click on it, it actually gives you the one-page syllabus. This will tell you who's teaching the course, the dates from beginning to end. Also gives you the textbooks. This is very helpful to order your textbooks ahead of time. We do not have any textbook agency affiliated with us, so many of our students use Amazon. Obviously, you'd have to be careful to order it in enough time to make sure the textbook arrives on time. Sometimes shipping can be slow. Just something useful, Amazon Student is available, so you would be able to access that. I don't know the details, but you can look up Amazon Student, which gives you Prime and 2-day shipping on certain textbooks. So that's worth looking into. But many of our students use online bookstores and just anything to buy books at a reasonable cost. There's no specific place that the seminary recommends otherwise. And the one-page syllabus also includes the first week's reading and assignments. So you can be prepared ahead of time before the course is ever open officially in Blackboard. So you have access to all of this on Blackboard if you are going to your student dashboard and then course schedules and syllabi. Sometimes it's not too far out in advance, but to some extent you could look at future modules to see what courses may be coming up and look ahead of time of what you might want to take the following module if you're not in a cohort that tells you exactly what you need. Okay. Now going back to the student dashboard, I want to show some more helpful information here. Registrar student forms can be helpful when a typical registration week is occurring. If you fall within that time frame and you're able to register as other students would online, you click here, Register for Classes. You'd want to talk with your student advisor first to make sure you know what courses to register for. But once you click on Register for Classes and you're choosing your classes, it can all be done online. You can add or drop as you need to once, as long as it's before the start of the classes or before the closing of the web registration portal, but you can register yourself online. If you are coming in after registration week and you're trying to get in your classes quickly and you know what classes you need, there's a lot of forms here that can help you. The registrar's office here, also at the bottom information that you'd be able to find somebody. Our phone number or fax is on these web pages as well. But you have add drop petition. If you already registered but you knew you needed to drop a class or add a class, you'd be able to find the form here. Be able to fill it out and fax it to the registrar's office. You have the phone number here, the fax number for the registration office. Okay. There's other forms here that are helpful. Multi-purpose attendance petition. If you missed the first class or you missed 2 classes when normally you'd be dropped from the class, you can petition to stay in. So these are helpful forms to know where to locate them. Also the contact information for the registrar's office. Okay. You also have student accounts, frequently asked questions, payments and deadlines, tuitions and fees. It's very helpful to see. These are the basics of our tuition, but also tuition and fees. It's everything as far as the library fee or the online tech fee, different little things that you'd like to plan ahead to know how much your education will cost. This is where you can find it. Library. There is typically one login for the library that is used for an entire year. So depending on the year, you need to find out what that is. You would be able to contact the librarian here. Information at the bottom. Jennifer Ewing is our librarian. You have library hours. I'm going to show you a picture of where the library is located on campus, but we have a huge online library available to you as well. So if you have not contacted Jennifer Ewing, it's worth it to click this link and follow the email address there to contact her and make sure you have what you need to use our library. Okay. I'd like to take a moment to show you on campus real quick. If you're online, then this will not be useful to you, but you might like to see what we look like on campus as well. Okay. This is a picture from the top of our campus, and you have something you can't see over on the right or the east is Greenfield, and the main driveway pulling up. We have a long road that goes up into a parking lot for faculty here, and then if you go up farther, there's classrooms to the left or south. There's our main building, and then there's classrooms to the right, which are Bible classes, and our library is down below. The lower part of this whole building is the library. We had construction on our library that was across the street with Shadow Mountain Community Church, and they are building a new building. So in the meantime, our library is here. We also are partnered with San Diego Christian College Library, so you have the availability to go there as well, which is located in Santee, California, close to this location, as well as all their online is available to our students. So we do have a partnership there. This is our main building, and if somebody's driving in, I usually tell them go as high as they can. And in this main building, you'll find your deans, you'll find the registrar's office, student accounts, and those administrative role people will be available to you. As far as classes go, a lot of behavioral science classes are in the 2 bottom classrooms here. They're larger classrooms, so you would actually park either all the way down below and walk up, or there's a dirt parking lot here. The reason for our parking limitation is that this is a very old property and old buildings, and we are not allowed to create new parking lots. It has to stay as is. So this is not an official parking lot, but it is something students use to park, and that's close to these behavioral science classrooms down here. There's other parking available in areas that you can walk up to classes. So to the left or south, you'd have behavioral science. To the right and north, you'd have Bible classes in this building over here. Okay. I'd like to show you also our catalog. And the reason why the catalog can be very helpful is it has details of every program. This may be an older catalog depending on when you're watching this. But in each program there might be requirements that you may have heard about already, but you may not have. So it's very wise to read through all the details of your academic program to make sure that you understand clearly the requirements of the degree program. You are held to the catalog of when you start. As long as you do not leave the school or drop out for a certain length of time, you will be held to the catalog you came in with. So it's very wise to read it thoroughly and understand the requirements of your degree program. Also in this catalog, you have the academic calendar, and this will tell you when there will be holidays, when the school will be closed. It will let you know when classes start and end. So if you wanted to plan vacation or plan a time that you knew you'd be off, or if you wanted to come to the school and we were closed because of a certain holiday, it'd be smart for you to go here to our academic catalog online and review any important dates. We have found that it's extremely helpful for students to add their SCS email to their phone. If you have a smartphone, you can add your SCS email to it, and the reason for that is our main form of communication with students is through email, and we will email you at your SCS email, not your personal email for the most part. That is a liability issue that the school's policy is to always use SCS email. With that in mind, on any smartphone, you would be able to go to the settings on your phone. Wherever it says accounts or new account, mail, contacts, calendar, that area where you would normally add just any email account, go there, look for Exchange Server. If you find Exchange Server, follow it through. It will ask you for your email, so then you will put your full SCS email and your password that you have chosen. You would need to change the server typically. The server should be mail.socalsem.edu, and the domain is SMMNET. Then your username is the same as your Blackboard ID, which is usually your first initial last name. It's also the same as the first part of your email address. And you put your username and your password. Password will be the same as Blackboard and email. If you add SCS to your phone, you'll make sure to keep in contact and have all the notifications that you need to be successful. Okay, so there's a lot more available on the website that might help you. For behavioral science students, once you are registered, one of the courses you have access to in Blackboard is called the Behavioral Science Hub. Make sure to visit the hub and walk through the new student orientation available on that hub. You would go into Blackboard, and then once you sign in, you will go to a course that is called Behavioral Science Hub. Inside the hub, on the left-hand side, you would see New Student Orientation. And then you'll be able to click on that and walk through a PowerPoint, audio PowerPoint, and a couple of videos that will help acclimate you to the behavioral science specific degree program. Okay, so remember, as much as you can read and review the website and the catalog, you'll be prepared to be successful and know what you need to know to complete your courses. Everybody would love to help you, but this video is specifically for the times that you want information quickly and you're not able to get somebody. This gives you a start on where to look and how to find the information that you need. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope to meet you in person one day if I have not. This is Dr. Julie Hayden, Dean of the Graduate School of Behavioral Sciences, and James Fazio, Dean of the Bible and Theology programs. We both welcome you to Southern California Seminary and hope to meet you and get to know you and what God has called you for here. Thank you.